So, when we saw Aaron Taylor Johnson chasing after the bullet train in the 2022 movie Bullet Train, and even boarding it, many fans realized that this actor deserves a phenomenal role. Given that Aaron Taylor Johnson had already made a mark in superhero movies with his roles in Kick-Ass and as Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, there was a lot of hype among fans that Kraven the Hunter would turn out to be an incredible movie. However, despite Aaron Taylor Johnson and the rest of the cast delivering strong performances, the movie seemed patched together. If you recall the first Red Band trailer, Kraven appeared to be using animals to track his prey, but this element was removed from the movie. Director J.C. Shanda mentioned making some changes, but what happened that despite such stellar casting, a good director and great scenes, the movie didn't quite hit the mark? Let's talk about the story first. Writing about a character known in the comics as the greatest hunter as a protagonist doesn't make sense. In the comics, Kraven hunts the largest beast to prove himself as the world's greatest hunter. Depicting violence against animals, especially by the movie's protagonist, is not acceptable. This is where the story alters Kraven's origin. Kraven, or Sergei Kravenov, is the son of a drug trafficker who enjoys hunting and believes in appearing strong and never weak. Sergei doesn't shoot a lion during a hunt, leading to a brutal attack by the lion. He then receives a potion from Calypso that grants him superhuman abilities. From then on, he hunts bad people like gun traffickers, poachers, and drug traffickers, essentially becoming a vigilante cleaning up people like his father. Sergei's father made many enemies by calling them weak, including Rhino, aka Alexei Sitsovic, who underwent an experiment to become Rhino. This supernatural aspect is problematic in the movie. Kraven, now known for his heightened senses, can run fast, jump high, and leap from anywhere, with several impressive scenes, including one where he runs to save his brother. However, the problem arises with the movie's villains, Rhino and Foreigner, who also have supernatural abilities. They appear to be among the strongest villains in any movie, leaving the question of how Kraven would defeat them. This was a weak point, as Kraven's interactions with the villains lacked any special strategy or challenge for him as the protagonist. Although Sony didn't deliver a comic-accurate Kraven, the essence was there, showing Kraven taking down bad guys with his bare hands. Even the scene where he removes bullets before hunting added to the apex predator vibe. Yet, discussions about the weakness of strength were only surface level and didn't make much sense. Sergei's father abandoning his mother because she was considered weak wasn't explored as the major weakness it truly is. Surprisingly, this was never discussed in the movie. Kraven's weakness, spiders, connects the movie to the Spider-Man universe, but it feels pointless. Directed by J.C. Shanda, who wrote and directed one of my favorite films, Margin Call, known for its brilliant scenes, I had high hopes for this movie. Despite heavy dialogue, some drama, and well-shot locations, the overall product felt lackluster. Although the R rating was utilized properly for gore and action scenes, some particular scenes stood out. Like the scene where Serge saves his brother and Kraven's attack on the sanctuary were also well executed. Plus, it seems like the reshoots have negatively impacted all of this, as the movie isn't landing properly. However, now I would like to talk about the performances of the actors in the movie. This film features good actors. The main lead, Aaron Taylor Johnson, delivered a great performance. His Kraven build was impressive, especially at the end when he wears the lion skin vest, making it seem like this character has a tremendous future. But Sony has already announced that Kraven the Hunter is the last installment from the Sony Spider-Man universe. So obviously, there is no future for Kraven or even Chameleon. Fred Heckinger, who played this role, portrayed Chameleon's journey excellently, but now it seems there's no future for him either. Even Alessandro Nivola, who played Rhino, delivered a good performance. Recently, in an interview, he mentioned how much he enjoyed playing this role, which was great to hear. Overall, it wouldn't be wrong to say that the movie's cast gave their 100%. Now, moving towards the movie's ending, it becomes clear that Kraven's father used him to eliminate his enemies. For that, Kraven gave him a taste of true hunting. However, Serge's brother has taken his father's place and is now involved in the drug trafficking business, which is bad news for Serge because first, he's his brother, and second, he now possesses some powers, chameleon powers. Chameleon is an exceptional Spider-Man villain who has given Spider-Man a tough time in the comics. Additionally, there was mention of a New York scientist who gave Rhino his powers and turned Dimitri into Chameleon. This New York scientist is Dr. Miles Warren, known as Jackal, a formidable Spider-Man villain. He appeared in the Clone Saga, aiming to steal Spider-Man's identity by erasing his memories and implanting new ones, leading Spider-Man to wander as Ben Reilly, known as Scarlet Spider. So maybe Sony is planning to bring Jackal into the future, because why else would the same scientist's name be mentioned twice in the movie? Chameleon's involvement in crime also seemed to set him up as a future Spider-Man villain. But as I always say about Sony's Spider-Man, and now that Sony has announced that they are ending their Spider-Man universe, it remains to be seen whether the film is as bad as critics labeled it. This is reflected in the movie's 74% audience score. One could say the vision wasn't clear. Plus, as I mentioned earlier, Kraven is not an easy character to portray as a protagonist. Yes, against Spider-Man, this character could prove formidable. Even director J.C. Shander mentioned wanting to bring Kraven's Last Hunt in the future, a story where Kraven defeats Spider-Man and takes his identity, a well-known tale among comic book fans. Moreover, Aaron Taylor Johnson would look fantastic in this role against Spider-Man. But the Spider-Man character has never been treated correctly. What are your thoughts on the Kraven the Hunter movie? If you've watched the movie, please share a brief review with us in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and share it, and subscribe to our channel for more contents. For Superman teaser trailer breakdown, watch the video above. And to know the future of Henry Cavill's Wolverine, watch the one below. I'll be back with a new video soon.